Morning and welcome back. So now I want to take the measurement of my boy Jeffrey by name. He's 4 years old by September. So we are going to learn how to use him as a model to measure for a kid. Now, bear in mind, I told us that I am going to bring a year old, 4 years old, and possibly 7 to 8 years old to take the different measurements. Now, bear in mind that to measure for kids is somehow tasking because to control them is not easy. So you just have to know or pray your way out on how to take their measurement. Now, Jeffrey is my godson. So for some of us that might have watched my videos some years back, you must have seen Jeffrey when he was a year to 2 years old. So now he's going to be 4 by September. So I'm happy to have him again. Jeffrey, say hi to them. Say hi. Say hi. Yeah. All right. So now we are going to take the measurement of his senator outfit. We are going to measure him for abada and possibly as well measure for shorts and school uniform measurements. Now, the reason I had to use him first because we are going to be making most of the clothes with his measurement. So you'll get to learn how to measure and as well how to cut and sew for a kid like him, right? Now, be in mind that the process or the procedure we use now is applicable for all age, but I just want to bring in 2 to 3 people more for more clarity. So now, to start with, I will measure Jeffrey's chest. Now, I told us last time that we have a particular order where we take our measurements from, which are the chest, the shoulder, the sleeve length, the round sleeve, the neck, the top length, and then the waist of trouser, hips, laps, knee, ankle, and then trouser length. So now, in taking Jeffrey's measurement, as you can see, he's putting on a shirt. Now, the shirt is fitted on him. Now, for his senator outfits, it won't be this fitted because he won't be able to put it on. But for a button-down shirt, it will be this fitted on him. Now, to draw the inference, it means that if I am taking his chest measurement for shirts, I will make it to be more fitted to give him a lapping effect on the body. But for our senator outfits for Jeff, I will not give him this tight measurement. It will be a bit free on him. So to take the chest reading, I will pass the tape right around Jeffrey's body this way. Now, while you're doing it, be praying that the model will not obstruct. So now, for his chest measurement for senator outfit, I will have it to be 27 inches. Now, it will be a bit free on him. Now, bear in mind that these kids or these children grow at random. A week, 2 weeks time, they will increase. And before 1 month, they will outgrow the sizes you might have measured them. So give room for increment. Now, sometimes they tend to grow into the size you might have sewn a week ago. So when you take the reading of the chest measurement, you make sure you bring it down to the tummy area to make sure that the chest and the tummy are in line, and then take it down to the waist point. So for his chest now, I will take it to be 27 for a normal senator outfit. But then for the shirts, for his school uniform, I will go a bit more fitted than the regular senator. So I will have it to be 25, let's say 2 inches lesser than the normal senator outfit. So if you are taking a measurement for his chest measurement for senator outfit, make it to be a bit free. Then for the shirts, for the school uniform, for any other type of button down outfit, you will take it to be fitted so that the button allowance will aid him to put it on without much stress, right? So having said that, now the next is the shoulder. So now, you help me write the measurement down. So now, the shoulder measurement we're going to have, you make sure you turn the kid at the back, then take the reading from the shoulder bone this way across to the other shoulder. Now, the shoulder measurement we have for him is 11.5 to 12 inches, right? So this is for the shoulder. Now, this shoulder is applicable both for the senator outfits, both for the shirts, and both for any other form of shoulder clothes that you will make for him. Then after the shoulder measurement, now the next you will do is your sleeve length. Now, this sleeve length, I told us that you must measure your sleeve length immediately after you have taken the shoulder measurement. Reasons being that if you had taken the shoulder now and then you mistakenly go over to the next measurement of maybe neck or top length and then come back to do the sleeve length, you will not remember where you stopped on the shoulder point, and by so doing, you make an error due to parallax. Then after this, Sorry, Jeffrey. Sorry, leave it, Jeffrey. Then after this, once you have taken your shoulder of your client 11.5, then you start from there, you stopped, and then push your tape backwards to the 11.5 or wherever your shoulder measurement is, and then take the reading for the sleeve length. Now for the short sleeve, now his short sleeve will be at the bicep this way before the elbow joint. So for the round sleeve, for the sleeve length for the short sleeve is 6 inches. For the sleeve length for short sleeve is 6 inches. While for the long sleeve is 12.5 or 13, depends on how long you want it to be. So let's do 13 for him, so that it will be long enough to serve him for a while before he can outgrow it. So 13 inches is for my long sleeve for the measurement. Then for the round sleeves as well, you don't tighten the tape to the size of their body. You give it a bit free measurement. So his round sleeve here is 10. A bit free on them is 10. You also measure the elbow. Now this elbow is just to remove 1 inch from what you use for the biceps. So elbow will be 9. It will be 9 for him. Then remove 1 again for the fist. So the fist might be around 7.5 or 6.5. Now bear in mind that you might not want to make a cuff link for them. You might want to make a normal round hand or a turn-up hand, but still, if you still want to make a cuff link, you can still go ahead and tighten the tape to be at maybe, let's say, 5.5 inches this way for the round sleeve, for the cuff link, right? For the fist. Then after this, the next is the neck. Now, the neck is one of the areas on kids' clothing that you should pay rapt attention to. Reasons being that in as much as they are children, they should not wear a bogus neck or wear a too tight neck. So you should give them that perfect fitting on their neck. Now, how then do you go about your neck measurement? Now, the neck measurement must be measured. You must pass your tape right around the neck, right? Pass your tape right around the neck this way. And then make sure the tape is sitting properly on the customer's neck. And then, sorry, Jeffrey, wait, hold on. Then I have my finger inside the neck. So the neck measurement I have is 11.5. Now, this neck should not be too tight nor too free on him. You should have a finger inside the tape while taking the neck measurement. Now, having done that, now the next is the top length. Oh, but wait. Now, the top length we are going to have 2 types of top length: the regular shirt measurement and the normal senator top length, and of course, the abada top length as well. So, for the top length, then you start from the shoulder point this way, and then you take, then you take the shoulder measurement. Look up, see, yeah. Then you take the shoulder, the top length measurement for the shirt. The shirt should be at least 3 inches, 4 inches after the waist point for the shirt measurement. But for the senator top outfits, it can go as long as the lap measurement, the lap area, or before the lap. So I have the shirt length to be at 16.5, while the top length for the senator outfit to be at 20 inches. So the shirt length is always 3 inches or 3.5 inches below the waist point, right? That is the difference. So the length of the top can go as long as you want. Then for the abada measurement, for the abada length, then you can as well make it to be after the knee. So the abada length I have here is 29, right? It's 29 for him. While the shirt length 16.5, the center top length to be at 20 inches. It's okay for me. Then after this, now you are done with the trouser and with the top measurement. The next is the trouser. But then before we go to the trouser, let's see how to take the reading for the abada measurement. Now for the top, the abada has only one measurement, which is only the top and the length. That's 2. Then you are meant to measure from the point. Watch camera. See camera. Then you are meant to measure from the point where you want the abada to reach across to the other point. So if you so wish, you can measure half back. Then half back simply means measuring from the center back of the neck this way all across to the point where you want the abada to reach, and then you multiply the value by 2 so that you have a perfect measurement. Now from here, from here I will measure the length across this way at 16. I would like him to have a longer abada so that when it coils down, it gets to his fist area this way. So 16 inches is what I have. That's 32 by double, right? Times 32. So the agbada shoulder now becomes 32 for the kid. So just measure from the center back across to wherever you want the length to reach. If you want it to stop at the elbow, there's still no problem. So you take the reading that way. Be in mind that to control them is not easy. So you just have to be patient enough. Sometimes you beg them to stay calm while you take their measurement. Some of them might even be crying. For the newly born baby, a year and thereabouts, they might be crying. So you have to take your time to measure them properly. Now the next is the trouser. Now for the trouser, we are going to consider the fact that sometimes he might want to have a rope trouser for the normal natives. He might want to have a half-back rubber. That's the rubber being at the back panel of his trouser. Then he might want to have a belt in case of normal trousers that you might make for him. So while taking his trouser measurements, first bear in mind if you are going to make a normal rope trouser, belt trouser, or rubber trouser. However be the case, you measure accordingly. Now, Baba, wait, stand up. Baba, see. So now, for this point, now I will measure him a normal waist trouser. So you have to raise his body up this way. Then you measure right around the waist. Now, bear in mind that once the baby is no longer putting on pampers, it's advisable to give him a fitted outfit. But when you're having a little baby like a year and downwards, you might give him a bogus outfit so that the pampers area can be accommodated, right? So for his waist, Baba, wait. For his waist, I will have his waist to be 21 and a half. Now make sure you don't measure on top of his belt or whatever that is giving extra inch to his waist. So his waist is 21 and a half for his fitted measurement. That's for the belt trouser, right? Then if it's rope, you don't need to take the reading of the waist. You just leave it that way and use the hip to lock the waist. Then after that, then the next is the hip measurement. Now, in as much as the baby or the children might be small, you still have to measure their hip. Now, reason so that they will not be inconvenienced when they have a too much tight outfit on them. Neither will it be too bogus so that it will look like something that they dash them. So make them with their sizes. So that's the reason of taking this measurement, so that we don't manipulate or assume and end up having a very bogus outfit. So for his hip measurement, you pass the tape right around his hips. Then at this point, you have to first of all take a firm measurement of his hips, then extend it by extra 2 or 3 inches extra to give him that ease on the hip area. So his hips is 28 for him. 28 is what I will use for his hips measurement. Then after which, you take the reading of the lap measurement, measure the lap very well. The lap I have is lap of 14 and a half for my boy, 14.5 laps. Then the next is the knee. The knee measurement I have is a knee of 12 for him. Then the ankle I have is an ankle of 9 for him. 9 should be okay for him. Then the length of trouser I have, I will measure from the waist point. Then the length is going to give us from here, I will stand straight, length of 23 for his trouser length. Now, in some cases, if the baby is yet to is still an infant, is yet to start standing or walking, you might have a difficulty in taking the measurements. So I will try to get a baby of such age and as well show us how to take their measurements so that we don't have issues when making for little babies. So for now, these are the measurements we have for Jeff, and we are going to use it to produce his senator outfit, his natives, his abada, his danshiki, and every other aspect. So I will use the measurements in the subsequent videos of cutting and drafting for us to know how to go about it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Jeff, so I want to show us how to take the head circumference for the cap. Now, because we are going to be making cap for the abada, so you have to pass the tape at the most bottom part of his head, then pass your tape all through this way, and then go right round, hold it firmly, and then make sure that the tape is as well touching the forehead, then go across. So the circumference of his head is 19.5. So this will be the circumference I will use to draft his cap for the abada. Now, the other measurements we are going to stitch with. Now, don't forget that we are going to take the danshiki measurement as well. So for the dashiki measurement, we are still going to measure from the point where we want the dashiki to reach across to the center back. So for the dashiki measurement, the shoulder we have, oh wait, stand. The shoulder we have is a shoulder measurement of 21 because the dashiki measurement is taken in this form across back, right? Or better still, you can still take the same way we did for the abada from the center back across to the sleeve. So this will be for the dashiki shoulder measurement. So all this and more are what we see as we progress in the stitching or in the cutting section of the illustration. So Jeffrey, say bye to them now. Say them bye.
Bye.
Yeah.